Howdy folks, I want to do a real quick update showing my latest prototype holster. This is not available yet. I'm hoping it'll be available early next week. I gotta do a couple more tweaks and I'll show you those. The first thing, the biggest reason why I need to make one more prototype is that currently if you pop this out, the blade can pop out on you. So I'm going to add a little bit of a guard to this edge. This is not something that can happen with the Garage number 5 because there's a blade retention right there, and you basically can't move this open at all until you get the holster completely out. And it's not an issue on the P4 because the P4 the blade is completely retained and surrounded. I thought on the Arc this would look really cool with the blade edge showing here, but obviously I don't want to have a safety issue. Another part of that change that's kind of causing a safety issue is I got a longer channel here in the design, such that this kind of, once you've initially docked this, there's a little bit of a smoother ride in and also a little bit more retention as far as pulling it out. Where on the Garage number 5 version, as soon as you get basically half an inch up, it's released and completely loose. And for the people who are using horizontal carry holsters, I want to make sure that there's a little bit more friction, and so that even if you accidentally bump it, it doesn't come completely out on you. The other major change is related to the ratchet holder on the side here. On the Garage number 5, you have to pick if you want the ratchet driver or the bit extender, and you're kind of locked in based on the way the holder worked. On my free P4 holster, you could choose either or, and I had a version where it clicks in like this, but I've had some issues with this particular geometry where basically you can end up breaking this off, or when they're processing this, they don't get up quite all the powder out, and then it doesn't dock all the way in. So in this case, this is the new improved version. This version has a full through cutout that allows that piece to go all the way through. And then the detent up here grabs on those rings. I do want to change the detents a little bit. Right now it grabs on the top ring. I want it to grab on the bottom ring such that you don't have 3 clicks right now like you do here. I want that single nice click action. And then the cool part about this kind of poking out the bottom here is that you can pop it off like that, or you can pop it off like this. And then of course it also fits the bit extender, because nobody can get these ratchet drivers right now unless you're willing to get a copy off of eBay. All right. Next thing I want to improve is the 711L holder. This is something that's on the Garage number 5 holder, and it works pretty well. But what I decided to do was on the Arc version, I wanted to raise up the 711L holder such that you can still fit another bit underneath here, so you don't lose this bit slot if you have a 711L. So this doesn't quite have the nice clicky action. This takes little tiny tweaks where I'm altering some geometry in multiple places in order to get that perfect snap. I want this to have a little bit more retention. So again, one more prototype. Each time I do these prototypes, I have to go and reprint the part. Usually takes overnight, but it also means I'm doing tweaks, design changes. It might be a few days before I basically completely finish all these different tweaks I want to do. I do want to point out the Barnacle bit holder here. This is a product that's already available either for the Garage number 5 that snaps into these slots, or for the Leatherman Arc or the P4 that replaces the pocket clip. So if you're using my holster, the version with a pocket clip, which is available 5 different pocket clips, or a version without, you can still keep the pocket clip attached right here, or you can replace it with a Barnacle bit holder or nothing. I'll probably actually use it with nothing because I want the slimmer face, but this is just a fun little accessory for anybody who wants to keep their favorite bit on hand. It reuses the screws that come with the pocket clip. Those use a Torx T6 head. If you need to get your own screws to go ahead and keep the pocket clip but also have the Barnacle bit holder, I can't include the screws due to the way the 3D printing works, but the screws are number 256 thread, 1/8 inch long countersunk screws, and you can get any drive you want, but if you want to be accurate to these screws, they're a Torx T6. Those screws are available on McMaster-Carr. And then So one more prototype. This works very well. These clips in the back, they're finger tight. And so that was one issue with the P4 holster where people were not able to basically get these popped out by finger. You kind of had to wear them down a little bit. So again, one more prototype coming soon. I have 308 people signed up ready to order this. And if you're interested in one, go ahead and click on the link below in the description below, and that'll do the survey page that allows you to get notified as soon as this is actually ready to order. All right, thanks for watching.